Okay, guys, so part two, pardon the sound on the first video because I completely spaced and did not even put on my mic. So I hope that the sound is okay and the quality is good. Anywho, also, I'm sad I took off my green lipstick, but that's because I'm going to drink hot tea and I didn't want green lipstick all over the place or I don't know. I'm like weird with chemicals and stuff. So I try to use all natural makeup, but I still don't know what's in some of these products. So I don't want to be eating that. Something to be mindful of for you too, right? Our body is our temple and we should only be putting the best of the best on it and especially in it. So that being said, I'm drinking organic tea. I did a mullein and chamomile ginger. Oh, and our little message says, life is a river, let it flow. Earlier we talked about being in flow state, so. Okay, I picked up our cards that had fallen on the floor, and of course I had 4 cards, only 4, that were facing upright. So I intuitively picked them up one by one and placed them over each of our tarot cards as our clarifying angel number. I will, as I drink my tea, I'll give those to you because we should be doing this simultaneously, right? Anywho, when I make the tea, I stir counterclockwise to release any old stagnant energy and also my own because I'm asking the spirit guides for a collective reading for you guys, my viewers, not my own personal energy. And then I call that energy into the cup and you guys ask your questions and the answers come through. So that being said, cheers. This is perfect. It's very earthy and I just love it. That's the mullein. Mullein and what else did I do? Oh, it's a lemon ginger chamomile. So good. I wish I could have a sip. Sorry, you didn't just come here to watch me drink tea. Okay. So to clarify our Page of Pentacles, which is all about this manifesting power that is within us, we had the number 99 come out, and that's all about rebirth. So it's renewal energy, transformation, decisions, your future, growth, and new beginnings. This is a time of renewal and rebirth, indicating that you are close to a major decision that will shape your future. Embrace the transformation and prepare for the new path ahead. What is one major decision that you are facing, and how can you prepare yourself to make this choice in alignment with your true self and future goals? Reflect on the areas of your life that are undergoing change and consider how these transformations can lead you to make a significant choice that'll positively impact your future. What choice do you have to make? We're going through a rebirth. 99. Nines are all about completion. We're going through these cycles, right? Death and rebirth. And that definitely clarifies all of the turmoil that we were dealing with in the past with the Knight of Swords in reverse, feeling burnt out and unpredictable, not really having a direction. And then this conflict. What is up? Some energies are just chaotic right now because I've been dropping cards all night. Okay. We'll come back to Page of Wands. I know it wants to be talked about. All right. Yeah, this conflict where somebody was definitely being sneaky or bullying or lying. There was some kind of abuse happening in a competitive nature. I felt in a job setting or You know, I'm not going to call that a friend because a friend wouldn't do that. But anywho, we are coming past that with our rebirth in the what's at hand position. So I love this rebirth energy. 18, it boils down to a 9 again. Come on. Okay. Second, the clarifier over this Knight of Swords is 23. It's all about creativity. Creativity, talents. Remember I mentioned that somebody's going to be picking up new skills, developing new skills. Joy, unique inspiration. Remember, we also needed somebody or something to re-inspire us. So to get those creative juices going, this is in the mental position. So I'm really getting that this is going to spark this expression and enjoyment mentally for us again through our creativity. Embrace your creativity and talents to bring happiness into your life and those around you. Art is for everybody. Remember the dance? I keep saying remember, so you got to go back and watch number 1, part 1. Anywho, where was it? Relax and start enjoying your life. Your unique creativity can bring joy to others. Yes, that's what it's all about. How can you channel your creativity to enhance your own happiness and positively impact those around you? Engage in a creative activity that you enjoy, such as painting, writing, or crafting, and share the results with someone to spread joy and inspiration. I miss painting art. Like, I've painted a lot in the last 3 years, but it's for my house remodel, and I have done creative, like, artsy projects with stencils and stuff, but at the end of the week, you just want to throw that stencil in the trash. I loved it. They came out great, but yeah, I miss just making art for art, right? And that's what it's about. And you can't go wrong with making art. It's always going to be perceived differently by everyone. So this is telling you to get back to crafting, writing, painting, doing something that's going to spark that creative inspiration in you again. 3 + 2 is a 5. Yeah, so something's got to change. You've got to, in order to get these talents brewing again, we've got to come back to our creativity. Bring your energy in. Okay. To clarify this conflict with 5, again, this change. The change is happening. It's good. 938. Keep going. Remember, you had to lay down those swords, turn, and walk away. It's saying to keep going. Perseverance, strength, guidance, resilience, success, and endurance. The angels are proud of your resilience and efforts. They are sending you strength and guiding you through challenges towards success and prosperity. There's always a reason. In what areas of your life do you need to keep pushing forward, and how can you remind yourself of your progress and stay motivated? This is literally everything that the cards are talking about. Celebrate your small victories. Recognize them as victories. Silver lining, guys. There's never a challenge or a conflict or something that happened to you that didn't have a greater purpose. So take one small, it doesn't say small, I just added that in there, but take a big step, take a small step, whatever step you need. Take one step at a time towards your goals and remind yourself that you are supported and capable of overcoming any obstacles. I added the word any. 938, keep going. 20 is a 2. Yeah, you're finding balance. You're finding balance, and that's how you're going to pull in this strength and success. Okay, and then clarifying the Page of Wands. We had to discover something. Our page was in reverse, So we're feeling this lack of direction, some self-limiting beliefs, but we are on this very spiritual journey. This is a travel card, so I did mention that maybe some of you guys had to get out and literally find this freedom within yourself, free your spirit to find the answers. And that was clarified by some of our oracle cards. To stay true to your heart's desire. The real promise is to release the weight of the past and to dance to the rhythm of possibilities. You're free to move. The answers unfold when you make this change. We've got 22, one of my favorite master numbers. Opportunities. 2 + 2 is 4, and it's all about foundation, building security for yourself. That could be financially, in all realms, though, spiritually for sure, even physically. Maybe you're literally finding the courage within and the strength externally, internally. So you're going inside to explore yourself, and you're going outside to explore what this world has to offer you to find these new opportunities. It's all about expansion, possibilities, courage, exploration, growth, and being fearless. Think big and expand your horizons as far as possible. Don't set limits on yourself or what you believe is possible. Don't let fear stop you from opening your mind. Look, I love when it does things like this. Opening your mind. Where was I? Opening your mind to opportunities that you might otherwise miss. That's huge. What opportunities are you missing out on because of self-imposed limitations or fear? Today, take a step towards something that scares you and embrace it as an opportunity for growth and expansion. For me, it was putting myself out there as my witchy, authentic self and guiding you guys through life in other ways that I already was, because I'm a teacher, I'm a performer, I'm an artist, I am a healer, I do body work, I do all of the things. I've explored so many realms of myself, and then I realized, like, wow, but what I truly am is a psychic and a witch, a medium, a healer in a different realm, and I wanted to share that with you guys too. So yeah, we always can go inward and find that courage to put ourselves out there for new opportunities. So take that journey with me. I love that. So these opportunities are coming in. Okay, let's remove some of these tea bags. Last couple of sips for good luck. I'm going to release the rest of the tea. I keep it stowed away while I'm drinking it so I don't eat all of your tea leaves. Oh, this is a super cute little spoon. It says magic potion. Okay. So again, last opportunity to ask your questions. What's been on your mind? It doesn't have to correlate to this previous reading, but it should, because that's what we are clarifying. Last sip. I don't know. Spirit's telling me this is a little bit too much liquid still. Better. Okay. 3, 2, and 1. Let that sit for a minute. Drawing in the collective's energy. I see a penguin and it's big. Is someone going somewhere really cold? Going to Antarctica? Is that where you're meant to travel to? Like, it's just everything that fell in the saucer. It's just this huge penguin. Penguins mate for life. Is that what we're manifesting into our lives? This is so beautiful. Wow. You've got the vision too. The penguin's eyes are open. Okay. Ooh, it's a busy reading. Give me a second to analyze this. I like to go in chronological order of what's happening in the present moment, and then we'll take it into the future. But it is a busy reading, so give me a moment here to analyze this. Okay, well, we definitely have a conflict at hand right now, which makes sense because in our present card position, we had our conflict with the 5 of Swords. So we're definitely feeling defeated. Whatever kind of competition happened, there was some bullying, some sneakiness, or some kind of abuse here, abuse of power. And there is a difference of opinions, and this conflict was definitely major, and it literally just happened. Could have been the last couple of days, or it could happen today or in the next few days, but I'm pretty sure it's in the present position. It does trickle down, I'd say, for 1 week. And it's just like residual energy because it's very light. But this conflict does leave some residual energy for the next week of feeling defeated. But good news is that energy does clear out. Bad news is we have a second conflict that comes through that intuitively is not related to the first. I don't believe it's that work or friend issue, but it does cross over into the love realm. So the second conflict in about a month's time is having to deal with love. Let's see if I can read a little further into that. The letter J is coming up. Letter J, T, or TJ, or JT. Okay. No other letters that I'm seeing there, but and there's a stick, like a twig. I don't know. I'm just getting like maybe, you know, when somebody like pokes you with a twig and it's annoying, like they're just, you're like, stop doing that. Stop, stop annoying me. Maybe this conflict or this difference of opinion that comes in is more of an annoyance rather than a major conflict. It does definitely, it's big enough. I'm also seeing a little girl here with pigtails. Maybe you have pigtails or somebody has a kid who has pigtails. that could be dealing with the conflict or the difference of opinion. But anywho, yeah, I'm getting this childlike annoyance rather than yeah, it has nothing to do with the first conflict. The second conflict has to do with a partnership of romantic situation. Okay. That being said, in the next few days, there is some kind of seed that's being planted in the full moon. And full moons in tea leaf readings are like represent a passionate romance happening. But it's ironic because we have this big seed right outside of the full moon. So it's like maybe you're not the one feeling this romantic sense just yet, and it's outside of you. Somebody, but it's still touching you. So somebody outside is getting this like overwhelming sense of the seed that's being planted romantically having to do with you. But there is like no leaves underneath the full moon for almost the entire month. So either end of December into the new year they're stemming in a little bit. They're starting to sprinkle in. So I feel like that this was an somebody externally is feeling this romance for you rather than you feeling it for them. Maybe you cut off those feelings right now, but then they do come back in for you. They sprinkle in at the end of the month. Okay. There is a message coming through in a week or two. And it's light. I feel like it's light banter. It's not anything too serious. It's not like a love confession, but actually we have two coming in. Let's see. There's an arrow with this message pointing towards the full moon. Okay. It's like these messages come in. They're very light in the next couple of weeks. It is trailing in the direction of there being a conflict, but it doesn't create a conflict. It just, maybe you're weary of it creating a conflict, or somebody wants the messaging to go deeper, but they want to keep it light in order to avoid a conflict is what I'm getting. Like they don't want to have that difference of opinion, but they're wanting these messages to head towards the love and romance department. But it doesn't go anywhere. Then there's some silence again for the rest of the month, and then they trickle back in at the end of the month for the holidays. I do see a Christmas tree at the end, so yeah, they come back in for Christmas. It could also be a little witch hat. So intuitively, like the sorting hat I'm getting, it's like they're feeling like, this is their house. So they're coming into acknowledging this magical connection or something having to do with this connection of messaging each other, communicating, this communication. Okay. Let's see what else we got. Under love, since that's where we're going with this. And then over here, there's still a lot to be said with that battle over there. And all that negative conflicts and drama. But we'll get back to that after the love portion. So there's definitely romantic feelings, but it's like they go with the wind. So what I'm sensing is in 2 weeks' time, when those messages flood through, because they definitely correlate into the same pattern. Again, somebody's trying really hard to avoid miscommunication or a mini, I don't want to say argument. There's not enough leaves for an argument, but just a misunderstanding. They don't want the communication to lead to a misunderstanding, because nothing crosses over within that conversation. But it is starting to trickle back with these romantic feelings of affection and love. It's like you would cut yourself off from feeling these up until these messages flood back in. And then those emotions start to sprinkle inward again. I'm seeing a black cat energy. Again, you've got your internal wisdom on. Your familiars are guiding you here. There's a heart that's upside down. Actually, there's two hearts. The other heart is on its side. What's up, guys? So, okay, with the two hearts, and they're separated. So you guys definitely had a separation. It's like one was completely flipped upside down. So somebody definitely went through some heartache. And the other person is like on its side, trying to get back in its upright position. So somebody's feelings are turning around again and coming back. It's like these hearts, are making their way to each other, flowing in towards one another, hopefully trying to get towards union. I see a pair of sunglasses. The vision, somebody's having this vision of this connection. I see another cat, but it's like a cat person. It's like a cat head on a female body. You're embodying cat-like characteristics, or I'm not sure. This does cross over into the difference of opinion or a little conflict again at the end of the month. So we did really well with the whole middle of the month avoiding conflict or difference of opinion. But as the emotions and this affection and love starts to grow deeper, the leaves get heavier and come in a little bit more densely at the end of the year. There is, I'd say, three overlaps of there being some kind of misunderstanding or difference of opinion. Okay. You're not doing any social gatherings right now. I feel like probably after the holidays of Thanksgiving, you're over it. You're like, I need to come back to meet and have some alone time. But that changes middle of the month in December. I'm sure holiday parties start to roll back around and you put yourself out there once again. There's a larger leaf down here. So, and there's a seed. And the seed crosses over into the love. So there's some major social gathering that you're going to go to the week before Christmas. And then I feel like I don't think it's the same, a different social gathering is where a seed is planted of you either meeting someone that you're going to have these feelings of affection for, or maybe you're coming into a physical contact with the person who you were messaging with that you have these feelings of affection and love for. But that seed definitely crosses over. So there's a different social setting where you guys do come into physical contact, or the seed is planted and maybe you guys make plans to do that, to be social together, because that is a seed rather than the other one is like a big leaf. So the big leaf, for sure you are going to some kind of social gathering, but that I don't think is correlated to the lover. Okay, you're going to some work events too, or maybe just party with people that you work with, because we do have the heart key opening up. Right now, it's kind of slow, like we're not getting our passion projects on the way just yet, but the energy starts to trickle in about a week. It dies down again. This does correlate with the cards where we were still feeling in the present moment and even in the future placement with the Page of Wands in reverse, a lack of direction. Like we have these ideas, we have the ability to manifest these projects into reality, new business ventures, or a new love, or reunion with an old love, but it's just kind of stagnant, like no direction there until middle of December. Middle of December, we get the ball rolling again. Starts to flow through. I see a mushroom. Mycelium network is coming through, so like it takes and it does cross over into the social gathering. So yeah, you're going to be collaborating on this with somebody or with multiple people. Maybe it's a network. It takes a village, right? Yeah. You have two significant collaborations in December. One of them has a little duckling. So that's giving me like rebirth, which we had the card, renewal, growth, a little duckling. And it's got a hat on. Somebody wears like, it's like a bucket hat. Maybe you're going to see a little duckling with the bucket hat on social media or something. I don't know. They'll give you a sign. Okay, let's talk about this. So the church is coming up here. I always like to remind you guys, it doesn't matter what your religion is. You could be Catholic, Christian, atheist, Jewish, spiritual. It does not matter. What it's referring to on a grand scheme of things is faith, spiritual connection, this self-belief and universal belief. And then on a literal sense, it could mean commitment, maybe on a smaller scale or on a grand scale, like an actual marriage, and or potentially a death, like a funeral. But I read energy, so I'm not getting the death energy, but I am getting that this week into next week, we're having this awakening, this spiritual call for confirmation. This spiritual faith coming through. I see an eagle flying. Maybe you're from America. This eagle is flying towards a cup, like the Ace of Cups, but the Ace of Cups is in reverse. The cup is upside down. So the Ace of Cups, again, is all about manifesting. And like when the Ace of Cups is full, anything is possible. Success in love, career. But somebody turned the cup over. It's not full right now. Maybe it's telling us that we need to have more faith and trust in this union or the universe, and trusting that it's coming to us and we deserve it. I see Cupid, a little angel. The bow and arrow, the way he's facing is towards the heart key, towards this new doorway opening, right? We've got the key to open up the door. And Cupid literally, so this is all about commitment. Cupid is facing that new opportunity, this door that's open in love. And for some of you, it is business, but with Cupid under the church, with that Ace of Cups in reverse, it's like divine intervention. Cupid is like, oh, no. We've got to turn that cup upright. And we're shooting this bow and arrow towards that heart key opening up, so somebody can open up their heart space and come into this love. We've got a branch here. So you've got to extend an olive branch is what I'm hearing. Somebody has to extend an olive branch. Reach out for communication. But it's also like his bow and arrow, Cupid's bow and arrow is facing downwards towards this huge leaf congregation. It's flowers, so abundance and growth. I'm not going to lie, it's kind of phallic looking in the shape that it is. So, yeah, I'm feeling like full commitment on a passionate level. His bow and arrow is facing directly at it. So, yeah, commitment's coming in. It crosses over into the star energy, so wish fulfillment. One or both of you have been literally asking the universe for this love to come through. It does cross over. Let me see. Hold on. Okay. It does cross over into Jupiter, which means somebody, probably both parties, needs to make an important decision about this love connection, obviously. That stems directly into the star. So it's all about a wish fulfillment, being guided by this light, this intuitive light from internally and externally. Like the universe is guiding you, your spirit guides are guiding you, shining the light on this. See a little bird down there too. A bird on the important decision that needs to be made. Birds can be significant. Yeah. Somebody's got to fly. A bird. You got to make an important decision to fly. To see somebody? I don't know. You're taking flight. Okay. There's a lot of energy around the middle of the month and the end of the year around bettering yourself. Like, you know what you want to be, who you want to, what you want to do in life. That's starting to become clearer for you. You do have to settle some financial obligations or family ties, and that's crossing over into this realm of bettering yourself. So maybe you'll feel like you better yourself by taking care of your family affairs or handling these financial issues more responsibly. Then you're going to be a better person. I don't know. I'm not getting anything particular in there, but yeah, there's definitely, it's like a log bridge. Like something with your family. Something, it's like, when there's that log across the river and it'll help you on your journey of bettering yourself if you assist your family or somebody with this financial issue. It doesn't have to be a financial issue. It could just be a family matter that needs to be taken care of, but you extend this log path. Vice versa, maybe a family member, some kind of family issue extends this log pathway over to you, and then that leads to you and your growth. Okay. We do have some fig energy, and it is quite fertile. So 2 weeks time span, we're pretty fertile, either with ideas or new opportunities, or literally, not just figuratively. So if you're not looking for babies, then strap up. And then hey Cyrus, it dies down a little bit, but it comes in heavy again at the end of the month. And it does cross directly over, excuse you, into our Mercury. So there's a journey that needs to be made having to do with, he knocked over all the cards. This is the energy of today. All the cards are flying out. You're getting all the answers. So there's something having to do with a fertile idea, or literally being fertile, and this journey. I see another bird. Yeah, a journey. Somebody's flying, taking a journey. I don't know, but there's a lot of fertile energy there. So maybe planting the seeds of love, of success. Just be mindful. I see some more mushrooms here. So communication is happening around fertility. I don't know. It does cross over in like 2 weeks with the family issue. So some kind of seed is planted by a family member, some idea, potentially. Okay, moving on. We do have heavy snake energy right before the end of the year. So a lot of stuff is being shed. Snake energy could also mean to be wary of false friends, jealous energies, right? The snake in the grass. And that does coincide with the conflict that was happening with the card reading earlier. We were feeling defeated. There were some abusive relationships happening, either in the career space or in our friend space, potentially even an old abusive lover. But we were told to walk away from that situation and just let the disagreements go. One of the disagreements has to do with one of these ideas. The letter J, but also like a boot, or maybe even like I'm seeing like a Christmas, like an elf sock. So jealousy, it just came to my head with J. In this outfit, maybe. Okay. I don't know. I'm a performer. I wear cool, funky costumes for all different kinds of shows that we do. And I'm actually wearing an elf costume mid-December for a gig I'm doing. So it just reminded me that like other people might be jealous of your opportunities that are coming to you with this elf shoe. So they're jealous of Christmas opportunities that you're getting, something like that. At the end of the month, it gets heavier. So some kind of jealousy, or again, we're still in reversal with the Page of Wands in our future placement. So at the end of the month, we were still feeling a little lost, lacking direction, just trying to put the heavy stuff behind us. But we did walk away unscathed on a physical sense, but emotionally, we were handling some things still. So a reminder to like let that stuff go because it's too heavy to travel with you in the future. But it does drop into the Mars energy. So yeah, there's 2 major leaves right there, and one of them is a little seed. So this conflict obviously was big enough, and it's outside of Mars, it's not internally. So I feel like there are some smaller leaves internally. So again, the Page of Wands in reverse, you're still dealing with this spiritual path of yours and you creating that conflict internally on a spiritual level for yourself. And you need to work on that internally and let that go. But the bigger issue, the real issue, was outside of yourself with this conflict that was created by others, with this jealous energy, this there was like bullies or theft or some kind of abuse, and those were like stemming from one major source, but two big sources outside of the Mars alignment. So again, we have both. The conflict is coming from internally, but more so externally. It's crossing right into that snake energy. So just really be mindful there because their energies are still looming at the end of the month. Remember, you're supposed to walk away currently right now. And then, but maybe because this page is in reversal, maybe you don't walk away as soon as you should. So if you're still around that kind of energy at the end of the month, that's why your inspiration is still not really there. That's why you're feeling like you don't really have full direction or freedom. But your spirit is asking you to free itself. And that's where you're going to find limitless potential. So get away from this conflict. Get out of that Mars energy. Bye. Yeah, there's a wand in there too. Like you have the power to fight that. Look, he's got his wand. And the wand shows up here. You've got the power to fight that negative energy. And to do it in a manner to where like you're not even fighting it. It's like the power is just stemming off of you, and it's not like you're battling it anymore how we did in the past and then you walked away. Okay. Moving on to more business stuff. So again, goes off of the cards earlier. I was saying how you don't have this inspiration, like that spark, that ambition is just not there right now. So internally, we're not seeing much progress with whatever is going on for us in our career. We're manifesting more finances. It's very slow right now into the next week. So for the next 2 weeks, I hate to say it, but you're not making much progress or money right now. Little things, maybe three small sources of income. It does sprinkle in a little bit mid-December, but then it starts to come back heavy end of the month. And it is inspired from when you finally walk away from this toxic, jealous snake energy, because it crosses over a tiny bit. We have that cup energy. It's still, the Ace of Cups is still in reverse. It's like, turn it around. The Ace of Cups is following you in reverse. We're not stepping into our full like success abilities. We're not stepping into this like full abundance that you can. Remember, you have the manifestation power, but you've got to be able to fill your cup with it. So you got to turn it up right. But happy to say that that progress is starting to flow back in. The flame does get reignited right before the end of the year, which is really good. And then it separates itself from the Mars energy. Okay. Yeah, right now you've seen like zero progress. There's still some, I don't want to say battles, but when I see the mountains and we don't have any positive energy on that right now, or negative really, it's just like we're at a standstill. We haven't even begun climbing the mountain yet. We take small baby steps in the middle of December, so we're chipping away at small things. That witch hat comes back in, and a bird. That bird flies back in. It's like where you belong with the sorting hat. You've got to take flight to get this progress moving. It comes in heavy at the end of the month. So you're not going to see a reward towards this success. And it could be success in business. It could be success in love, whatever the success is for you that you're seeking. We don't see it coming in the physical, tangible sense until the very end of the month. So end of the year, December. It does cross over into January. It continues flowing. And we get some social recognition for that with the crescent moon energy. It's small internally, so it's like you're not really seeing yourself as this socialite or person to be recognized just yet, but outside sources are seeing you as this. Outside sources are seeing your progress. They're recognizing that. And it's you already knocked over all the cards. Not again. Thank you. Outside sources are seeing this wish being fulfilled, but you don't even see it. It's funny. Heavy on the sun energy, so there's definitely a new beginning here. We already said new beginning in love, new beginning in this business, and new opportunities as soon as you turn that page of wands in the upright and walk away from that conflict fully. We want to get away from that toxic energy, you guys. But a lot of happiness, a lot of success here with the sun shining through. And we've got it internally and externally. So that's beautiful. It tells me like you're finally starting to experience this happiness and this joy within. And then it's shining outside of you, and others are getting to feel the warmth of that sun too. And it crosses over into star energy again. So yeah, definitely a wish being fulfilled as soon as we start to get into this new energy and feel this love, a new beginning. Oh my goodness, sir, you're knocking over everything. You just hear the cards falling? Yeah, you, I'm talking to you. Down, you're done. Oh my goodness. I had a deck sitting on the chair. It's done for. Let's see what else. Something does have to be released. I say it almost every reading. And it has to do with this wish fulfillment and your good luck. Your good luck can't start rolling in. Your wish can't fully come in until you let go of this old baggage, these old toxic people, these feelings of lack or not being worthy enough, or you got to be done creating these own internal conflicts and these self-limiting beliefs. You have to find new formed ideas of yourself, of what your path is. But yeah, we've got to let go of some stuff, of some people. Don't see anything in particular there. We do have Venus showing up internally and externally and crossing over in 2 placements. So that's telling me when it crosses over into star space in 2 areas, both people want this love to come in, but it is coming in slow. It's not rushed, which is good. We don't like rushed. It's like the external source feels it more. They're feeling these love and emotions coming in more than you're allowing or feeling internally just yet. But it penetrates through. Both they're within, they're less within the Venus showing me like, again, internally for you, you're trying to like suppress those feelings or not show them right away. But we have leaves crossing over from the external source into the Venus area. So, and then we have leaves all around Venus. So they're definitely feeling this affection and love towards you. And then that affection and love does penetrate into your heart space as well. And both people are wishing and wanting this. Yeah, there's definitely some big commitment that's going to happen at the end of December into the new year around this wish being fulfilled. And we have 4 Clover energy. There is good luck stemming all around this, full circle. So in your opportunities of business ventures, money, and love, like you've got good luck around all of it. More luck pushed towards the Venus realm. So more luck in love right now than business, but it's almost equal. Yeah, it's just this Mars energy. We got that last bit of toxicity with Mars. Once that gets released, then these leaves start to flow in towards the Clover. But on the side of Venus, there's a lot more good luck on that realm. And then I guess the only thing I didn't mention was this separation. There wasn't much, like a few tiny leaves for the first 2 weeks of December. So you're in separation for 2 weeks of December, or you cut yourself off from somebody's energy, or they cut you off, either or. But it slowly trickles back in. It's sprinkled in nice and slow. I think coming in It's like it slowly unseparates itself. And by the new year, we are back in contact, and this separation is over because we've got moon energy coming through. So yeah, their social success, like they're seeing you in a successful new light. You see success around this separation ending. And I see a red string, a red ribbon. What is that? What's that representation? There's like a meaning behind a red ribbon, especially correlated around love. Oh yeah, it's like soulmates. Not to say that this person is your soulmate. This isn't our soulmate reading. Tune in to yesterday's. But whenever there's a red ribbon, it's like there's a soul tie there somehow. So you are connected to this person for some reason, to learn something. Look up the meaning of a red ribbon. Anywho, that's what I got for you today. 11:18 on the clock. Cyrus says good night. And this was Kat with her cats. I'm Kat, talking in third person. I'm Kat. This is Pure Premonitions. And this is where the magic happens. So if you like it, tune in, subscribe, share it, hype it up, and I will forever appreciate you. Happy Monday to manifesting all of your dreams and wishes, and I'll see you soon. Bye.